Hey guys, hope you're all well. Hope this video finds you well. So today we're going to be talking about 5 points to consider before you move out of your parents' house. So let's go. So number one is to consider the price of rent. A lot of the time before we move out of our parents' house, we think, oh, I can afford it. It's affordable and all of that stuff. But really, when you start looking into it, it is not affordable, especially in the climate we're in. It is not cheap to rent. Even a 1-bedroom house, it is not cheap. This is why a lot of people, even my age, people in the 20s, 30s, 40s, are still at home, because it is not affordable. It is expensive. So you need to think about how much the rent is going to be and then go from there, because you're going to be in a contract. You can't just say, oh yeah, if it gets too much, I'm going to move out and go back to mom. You can't do that, because most of the times the contract can be 6 months, it can be a year, it can be 2 years. So once you sign it, you can't just bounce and be like, I can't afford it, I'm gonna go back home. No. So think about that, guys. Two is, do you have a job? I think that should have been probably number one. You need a job. Okay, you can't afford it unless your parents are gonna pay for you. Then you're lucky. But really, you need to think, okay, because once upon a time when I was younger, I was like, I want to move out, I want to move out. Did I have a job? No. But I was there actually looking for jobs and literally calling landlords about properties that I didn't have money for. And I was like, literally, when I think about it now, I'm thinking, Mabel, what were you on? Like, what were you smoking? What planet were you on? So you need a job. You cannot be renting without a job, a job that pays you enough to be able to pay that rent. Okay, because as I said, climate is not, the job climate and the pay, it's not good. I don't know, now it just gets more expensive and more expensive. So obviously you might have a job, but your job might not be paying you enough for you to pay for that house you want to rent. So think about that. Weigh it up and see. Number three, you have to think about your bills. You're going to have bills to pay. Forget about your phone contract. I mean, that's a bill as well, but then what's the word? The ones you can't avoid. Phone bill you can avoid. But things you can't avoid is council tax. You can't avoid electric. You cannot avoid water. What else can't you avoid? You have to pay for those things. You cannot be like, oh, I don't need it, I'm just not going to pay for it. No. Water, you bathe every night. Electric, you use your TV every day. Council tax, they have to sweep your streets and, take care of your, all that jazz. So you do have to pay for that stuff. So you need to look into that. As you're looking for the property and finding out how much the property is, you need to look at, okay, how much will council tax be? How much will electric be? How much will water be? Because all of that is going to come out of what you earn. And if you don't earn enough to even rent, you are definitely not gonna be able to earn enough to pay for all this council tax malaki. You'll be left with no money to buy food. Okay, so look into that. Check how much council tax and all that is. Count what is it, add it up and see how much all of it is, because it can get expensive. The other one is to think about the upfront costs you have to pay before you actually get into the house. You have to pay, I think you have to pay deposit, you have to pay 1 month rent, and I think now you might have to even pay 2 months rent. So really, by the time all of you kind of all of these upfront costs, it might get up to £2,000, £3,000 just to get your foot into the house, just to get that key, just to sign the contract. You're already like £3,000. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous to rent out here. That's why I was talking, I tell my sister, you better enjoy the freedom you have when you're at home with mom. Okay, enjoy that freedom, because once you're out there renting, you're gonna be like, I wish I stayed home longer. You will wish you stayed home longer. But yes, think about the upfront costs, because it gets ridiculous. It really gets ridiculous. So after racking it all up, check everything. When you look at it, do you really think you can rent? If you can rent, go ahead and rent. But at the same time, I understand where people like, especially like my sister, she's just finishing uni. And, she's like, yeah, I love my independence and stuff. And, it's good and all of that. You want to be independent. I'm more for independence. I'm more for standing on your 2 feet. I'm more for growing up and, doing the adult thing. But the adult thing is not easy. Adulting is not easy. It is not fun. When you're younger, you're thinking, I want to be an adult. You're like excited. You're rushing to be an adult. But once you get there, trust and believe it's not easy. So there's no point in rushing to jump the nest and go rent because you want that freedom. If you really want that freedom, contribute to the rent of your house. Pay some bills, pay the rent. I don't know, buy groceries. That's contributing. So do not rush moving out of your parents' house. Do not. I mean, a lot of people, sometimes you get parents where you can go rent a house and they might help you pay for that house. Those are the lucky ones. Okay, you're very lucky if your parents are going to help you. But most parents will be like, listen, you want to move out, you're going to pay for it because I didn't kick you out. You're the one who wants to move out. So they'll be like, you better pay your rent. Don't come back here asking me to pay for your rent. And as well, the other point I forgot is when you are about to rent or going to rent a house, sometimes they ask you for a guarantor. Guarantor, did I say that right? Guarantor, guarantee, guarantor, one of them. Basically, it's like you need a person who will say, if you don't pay the rent, they have to fork it out. Yes. So parents ain't gonna be like, they ain't gonna be like, yeah, put me down as guarantor. If you mess it up, I'm the one. No, they don't wanna do that. They got their own stuff. They got their own bills. So you gotta think about all this stuff. You gotta think about it. If it was me, I'm staying home for the longest until I get all my stuff together, But yeah, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if it helped you. Let me know if you're thinking about moving. Just let me know in the comment section below, and we shall speak to you later. Bye.